Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of ODPixel Cast Pub. This time, we're jumping into the action here between some such players as STORMSTORMER, playing on his signature Invoker here for the Radiant side, also featuring such names as Milan. And over on the Dire side, we have XCALIBUR Drow, also names you might recognise Incop on the Timbersaw. Also, I noticed this lad, Spiral, rank 3. Rank 3 puck, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what they've got in store so far, because we're 12 minutes in. So far, it's looking pretty good for the Radiant side. 12 minutes in, it's 9-5. Also, we've got to see if Dire's going to be able to get a turnaround out of this one. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. We'll also see here, Incop, that was close, gets himself out just in time before the Light Strike Array hits. Aphotic Shield here protecting the Void from the Silence. So, let's have a look at the KDA so far. 302, STORMSTORMER. 025 on Panda. The Axe, 622 on Milan's Lina. 013 on the Abaddon. 002 on the Void. 152 on the Clock. 015 on the Wind Ranger. 120 on the Puck. 311 on XCALIBUR. 0001 on the Timbersaw. So, overall, Dire side having a rough time. XCALIBUR sort of holding on, really. We'll check on the net worth, how this is sort of reflected. Yeah, it's a rough one here. Dire, I've got the 3 cores behind. They're playing the catch-up game. And, well, as by the looks of it we've had so far, not getting a lot of space to do that. Radiant playing fully aggressive. You see STORMSTORMER this game with his build. He's gone for the drums, playing with the Exorbitant Invoker style. Also going for the Blink next as well. So he's going to have the chance to close the gap. Even with sort of the lower levels of the Wex, he's still going to be able to get that angle for the setup from hit spells like the Tornado. And setup they certainly do have. It's Chronosphere, any game, Void and Invoker, definitely one of the stronger pub combos you can go for. How's XCALIBUR's farm looking item-wise? Dragonlance into Yasha. They've got to make some space, make some time. Timber, Vanguard is done. So, you know, Timber's got to be really put himself out there on these lanes. Open up the map for his Drought. How's the mid laner doing this game? Spiral. Witchblade is nearly there, so they'll have decent damage. I think the problem being for most of the moves that Dire is going to try and make is the Abaddon. Abaddon's going to be able to put a stop to a lot of it. Ooh. Attempting for the Chrono on the Timber. No, the Timber doesn't really care at all about that one. STORMSTORMER will be able to blow up the clock with the combo. In fact, Timber, he gets it aggressively back in. Goes in with the Timber chain, but the Light Strike Array comes down. He's still alive here on the Timber. Is he actually able to get out? He's not. The dunk comes in just in time from the Axe as he takes out the Timber, turns his attention over towards the Puck. STORMSTORMER still somehow alive on the edge of this fight as they can't quite find the last bit of damage to take him out. They will find the Lina, though. Wind Ranger gets themselves double. Axe still trying to push it onto XCALIBUR. XCALIBUR is able to kite him for now. The shield comes out. It's not enough to keep Axe alive. As Dire, this could be the fight that starts to open up a bit of a hit back from them. As they're found on 3, borrowed time, it's on cooldown. There'll be no safety here for the Abaddon to rely on as the Abaddon will fall. Clock does die for it underneath the tower. Shackle out, attempted there from the Wind Ranger to catch STORMSTORMER at the longer, further reach. Won't be the case. A little bit of a lead that Radiant were coming in off the laning stage. Shut down a bit here. XCALIBUR able to get involved in the fight, keep himself to the side, 3-1 and 4 for all the chaos that's been kicked off across the map. XCALIBUR is holding on nicely. I think that time around, maybe the Void will sort of think twice about dropping the Chrono onto the Timbersaw. They open up rather early onto the Timber, and, well, you could see it. Not a lot was done, really, as the fight kicked off. Clock was able to get in good position to really slow down the follow-up to the Chronosphere, but even without the Clock being around, Radiant maybe not quite as close as the Void needed them to be when he goes for that sort of Chrono attempt, especially on these tanky heroes like the Timbersaw. Top lane. Tier 1 tower will be allowed to go. Obviously, Dire not going to have any interest in holding on to that. In fact, they're looking for a trade themselves over towards the mid tier 1. What's the build-up for the Void this game? Maelstrom Maelstrom into the Manta. Understandable this game, playing against a couple of silences, and if anything, that's definitely enough to warrant the necessity for some sort of dispel. Even though he does have an Abaddon backing him up, still just going the safer route of having the ability to at least guarantee against one of them the chance of time walking to safety. Uh-oh. Clock. Walked into a bit of a scary area here. Wasn't ready for the Radiant to be set up that deep on his half of the map. It's on the high ground. They wait for him. Clock gets taken out. How's the farm looking for the axe this game? Blink, Vanguard. It's still going to go for the blade mail first before he looks to turn into the that sort of Manta Shard axe. Maelstrom's done for the Void now. So Void's farm's going to pick up. And needs to, said Excalibur. Even though there's been a bit of chaos around him in the early game, his farm is looking solid. Still up there. Right behind that are STORMSTORMERs. See some very deep moves here from the Lina. Well, that's not going to get away with that one. And maybe even going to get someone else out of this. Clock. And with a hook shot over towards the axe. The rest of the team coming across. Abaddon. Oh, he's going to shield himself. I mean, maybe the axe was dead anyway. But no safety offered to the axe there. Maybe a bit of a mismove there from the Abaddon. So he was not able to remove the shackle and some of the debuffs that they've been able to throw down on the axe. The axe goes down. Another punch back here from the Dire side. I think pressure's going to be on for... Wait, hang on. Okay, Chrono... Wait, am I crazy? Oh, okay. Chrono was used. He got a solo kill on the Drow. So, something going on in favour for the Radiant there whilst that was going on. Void was able to find a catch onto the Drow with the Chronosphere. So Excalibur's out of action. Now, was needing no Excalibur, for the most part, had been finding a lot of space. A lot of space. They're on the hunt for Void. Well, Radiant, no. Axe back in play and make sure that he's in range of the Void if any move gets made upon him. Axe is always going to be ready to jump in, take the attention off the Void. Wind Ranger. Oh, not going to be quite caught by the range of the call. Is out and away. STORMSTORMER heading up to push out the top lane. Ags. It's going to be done in good timing. And obviously with the Max Exort, that combo, it's all you need. It's all you need. If they get a Chrono with the Cataclysm, that is going to be devastating for the Dire to deal with. These heroes will die. Timber, he's got a chance, but everybody else, they're literally dead. They are literally dead. And yeah, just 1,000 gold off that axe. They've got to stop the Void's Chrono. They've got to have everything on all attention on the Void. Or at least make sure that these Chronos are not catching out more than 2 heroes at a time. Otherwise the team fights are going to be impossible for Dire to take. Quick grab and a burst there. Laguna Sunstrike, Culling Blade. Beautifully done here by the Radiant. And they'll look to take this opportunity to go into the Roshan. They know with their team fight superiority at the Void, Chronosphere, and the Cataclysm, this is not going to be a fight that Dire's going to want to walk into. But in terms of their team fight, they're more about breaking up the team fight. They don't really have the sort of huge ults to match that of the Radiant's jump. Short, they have Dream Coil into sort of the range damage of the Drow, but it's obviously nowhere near the potential of a Chrono and an Invoker combo. Chase down onto the axe. See if you can get away from this. Look at the Aphotic Shield, but not enough save. Save coming out from there for the Abaddon. Axe will fall. Void does not care at all about this Timber, especially with the Aegis in his inventory. Ready for the next moves that the Dire's going to try and make against him. Definitely a bit of a hit for the Dire. When they're running the Drought, Aegis can be quite one of the things you do want to try and play for. With the timings you want to be hitting and going for as a Drought. So eyes on the Void. Jump in. They've got the grab onto the Timber Sword. Doesn't want to use the Chrono for the Timber. At least as of yet. Does he want to drop it now? He sees the two of them together. Not quite able to get it off in time though to get both. The Shackle holds him back. They don't get the catch, but still that imminent threat of this combo that Void and Invoker are ready to pop is constantly on the minds here of the Dire. Catch here from STORMSTORMER. Attempted hookshot to safety, but it was a swing and a miss. Nothing there for him to be able to grab himself over towards. Mid. Good setup from the low ground. They've got enough burst. Sunstrike off the mark. Wind Ranger. Able to... Oh, maybe not. Axe. He's in with the jump. He's got the finishing hit there behind the tower. Radiant get the job done. Excalibur has his progression. BKB, just an Ogre Club away. 1,000 gold and he'll have the BKB. That BKB, though, of course, is not going to be the be-all, end-all. Still many ways for them to deal through a BKB. Just sort of one of those situations that he's been forced into. He has to get the BKB against the Invoker, but at the same time, Invoker, one of those heroes that does the best of damages through it. It's not an easy game to itemize as the Drow. So we'll see. We'll see what they're able to pull off here. Brief pause here. From Ranger, taking some time out. I think it's a hard game for the Dire. As close as it is on the numbers. 17-12. 1k lead. I'm always going to back a Chrono Cataclysm. I don't know. How do you play against this? You need some Eon Discs. You need to dodge these Chronos. It gets in your head. It's not easy to play against. And they haven't got the most mobile heroes. You know, what is stopping this Void walking up and Chronosphering the Drow? Very, very little. Especially once he has the Manta. The silence at the moment is the big sort of saving grace that they do have to offer. But if that misses, or it's removed, which it will be, from the Manta, or from the Aphotic Shield of the Abaddon, these heroes are just going to be... They're going to be gone in an instant. Let's see.
Just as I envisioned.
So the tankiness of the Timber. I mean, even for the Timber, honestly, 2300 HP, they're likely to have enough damage outside of the Cataclysm hits to kill him anyway. Nobody is safe. There we go, back on. Back in. At the action here between the STORMSTORMER boys and the Excalibur lads.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Excalibur, if anything, they've got to play for the high ground. High ground, seizing high ground could be the difficult bit for Radiant. Puts a lot more pressure on the Void to look for the more risky Chronos if he's having to jump up into the high ground for the setup. So, for the most part, expect to see Dire trying to avoid team fights that Radiant is going to want to bring right now. Especially this timing when the Aegis is there. I think Excalibur is going to feel much more solid getting the farms. And at least the BKB, but even then, I don't think it's going to be too intriguing getting involved in any action, as action is going to certainly just get thrown into the face of some of the other members as Wind Ranger gets caught out by the call. Bottom lane. See the hook shot over towards the Abaddon. Have we got any help coming over STORMSTORMER? He's starting to make the moves towards the Abaddon. Holy Locket keeping the Abaddon alive. In fact, Abaddon's going to be fine. And he's ready to try and turn. Let's jump forward straight away onto the clock. Clock is gone. As Timber can't offer anything to push them back. The gun's about to wear off. They've got to be careful. Diax could look for a blink call. He's going to try. Tries for the puck. Tries for the big play, but puck's out to the side. And this pressure coming in onto the bottom tier 1 tower. It's going to be rather hard to stop. Chronosphere is at the ready. This defense is very spooky. The Cataclysm is probably still on cooldown. MP down onto the Timber. Quick Manta. The silence has come out. Bringing him low, but he's still got that Aegis. The jump for the call of the axe on the backlines. He's caught the two of them. He's caught Excalibur. Chrono onto nothing. But you know what? I don't think it even matters. They've still got the bashes coming in on the puck. Eon Disc will buy him some safety, but the cool controls there. He's able to get the orb off. Jumps over at the Maelstrom procs. They're bouncing over towards him. Clock's gone. Puck, he's out with a phase shift blink. They're trying to run up into the high ground and chase him down. Spiral. He is away once more back towards the base. The Battle Hunger is ticking him down, and he is able to make it back to the fountain in time. Still, they're 4 dead. And that's got to hurt. That was with a Chronosphere that was completely whiffed, because everybody that he went for was already dead in it. And it didn't matter. I don't think they're going to be feeling bad about that 1-bit Radiant. Sure, it would have been nice to have the Chrono for another quick hit on Dire. If they're winning fights like that without the Chrono doing anything in particular, it's definitely going to be a concern for what Dire's able to deal with. How they're able to deal with Radiant's pushes. Timber trying to chase, but on his own, he just doesn't have the control. In terms of the control, the course there, he's found Excalibur. Axe gets the perfect setup onto the Drow. Excalibur straight back out of the game. And now Void's in to ready to start. Look to take down some more. Quick shield and a heal onto the Lena. Allows him to get the Light Striker Ray Stone off onto the Wind Ranger. Jump forward aggressively. The Aegis has gone, but Void don't care. He feels strong with the Manta. Shackle Shot will lock him down, but not before the Wind Ranger's life comes to an end. Timber and Puck desperately trying to push them back. They did bring down the Lena over the axe as well, but Void, Invoker still at full HP. And they're starting to run a little low on the mana as well. Off to the side, jump in. Puck, Dream Core's up. But without Excalibur up, they don't have the damage to follow up the control. Puck is off to the side, but they found him. The Ice Wall's down. And just will stop them from pushing any further. Incop. Getting low on the mana, agrees to pop in 10 seconds. I mean, Radiant will chill. They're under no pressure. 30 seconds until the Chronosphere. Every reason to sort of just play for that timing. They don't. There's no need for them to throw anything away. 6k lead, and they're going to be feeling it. Excalibur, 2 painful deaths there. Axe having his number each and every time. And they're ready to keep rolling on. Smoke down to the bottom lane. They're looking for this Puck. Lena with the bait. Axe able to get him with a catch. Not able to be quick enough to react against that jump. As this Axe putting in the work here. Call after call, just catching out and catching off guard the cause of the Dire. They can't quite deal with this Axe's aggression. Oh, Timber still playing low with the mana. They've got the... Again, caught in the Sunstrikes, the Cataclysms of STORMSTORMER. And they're just racking up the kills now, Radiant, as it seems. Wind Ranger trying to make their way back up to the safety of the base, but they're going to tick down loads of the Battle Hunger. In fact, is it going to be enough to kill them? It's going to be close. We'll see a grab over towards the Axe, but indeed it was. The Battle Hunger ticks down the Wind Ranger. The Chrono's out. BKB's there from Excalibur, but it doesn't matter. The bash is the physical damage here as well from the Void. Take out Excalibur through the BKB. Axe just diving up. This time the call's off the mark, so Clock, he'll be provided a little bit of safety to walk away and live another day. But Radiant just charging in against the Dire. Catch after catch. And, yeah, the STORMSTORMER just having a whale of a time here. Setup as always there. Making it very easy for him to just pick up kills upon kills. With the ways that his teammates are playing right now. And the Exort build looking very hot. Low ground. Trying to start with a poke onto the Timber Saw. Timber trying to chase, but the call's out again. Axe able to hold back the Timber, stop him from being able to close the gap onto the Invoker. They turn with the burst onto the Void. It's not enough. Void's able to step out to the side. The coil is there, but didn't catch the Void. Void's able to jump out. Timber coming in to try and finish up the Axe, but he can't do so. Ends up losing his life for his efforts. As it's 2 down yet again on the Dire. 31-15 now for the Radiant. They continue to hold their own here outside the base. Dire. Excalibur. He's got the BKB. He's not going to want to pop it yet. He's already been put into a bit of a rough shape here for the fight. Mana burn. Ooh. Attempted with a Sunstrike. That wouldn't have been enough anyway. Excalibur is able to step out. Chrono down for a minute. Close to the Skadi. Radiant, they're happy to fall back. Play to these timings. Tier 2 tower. Probably next on the list for them here. It's the final one standing on the Dire half of the map. They'll look to open up all lanes for the high ground siege. And so far, I mean, they are yet to lose a tier 3. So maybe when it comes to high ground holding, the Dire will have something solid. The question is if Excalibur's going to be able to dish out enough damage. And we're sort of this progression slowing down to the point it has. I don't think it will. Big difference now between the cores of both teams. And there's the jump again. The call's there. This time Excalibur was able to get the BKB off, step out to the side. Dodge the Cataclysm, turns with the silence onto the Void. Void off to the high ground. He's too tanky. Void's easily able to jump away. Clock will die. Straight up buyback. Over to the mid. They've got the Light Strike Array down onto the Timber. Jump forward from the Puck. They're bursting the Axe low, but the Aphotic Shield comes into play. He's off to the side. Dream Coil there to try and lock them down, but they just happily stand their ground. Fight back. Excalibur's gone. So's the Timber. Both out for a minute. Wind Ranger's out of action as well. 3 dead. No buybacks. This will be all that they need here to go to the high ground. A fight lost without a Chronosphere as well. They've still got a Chrono good to go. Radiant not even having to come close to using everything that they have for these team fights to win that sort of engagement. And outside of the base, they've found the puck. Spiral out of the game. Also, not with a buyback at the ready. Creep waves have been cut in the mid. So Clockwork doing his best whilst the 4 of them are down to keep the game going. But this game might not be going much longer as we've already got a DC from the puck. I don't think that man's coming back. I think that might be him calling the G's here. And understandably so. Some solid stuff here. Oh, a little bit of a tease here from the Void. Jumping in. He's got a chrono. I know what they're thinking anyway. They're probably going to hope for some sort of big fountain chrono cataclysm. We'll see. We'll see what they can do. See if they can get that big combo landed. I mean, that'll do. That'll do. They get a 2. They got a cataclysm ready. They don't. No cataclysm at the ready, but hey, at this stage, it's not even needed. Excalibur down. Timber as well. And they're going to dive for him. No, they're not. They'll let the Timber get away. But that is that here, ladies and gentlemen. This game here between the players that we were keeping our eyes on, STORMSTORMER, Invoker, Excalibur, Drow. It very convincingly goes the way of STORMSTORMER. As no doubt about it, this was a very, very good game to play the kind of Invoker that he likes to play. Solid heroes to set up the combos. Short axe getting in as aggressively as it would, and it's set up kill after kill after kill. You can check out here on the scoreboard 12-0-18 on STORMSTORMER's Invoker. My goodness, he had quite the time here. What was the damage numbers as well? 38k, highest by far, but a lot of it down to, I've got to say, he's got to say so hats off to his rank 500 axe. Loved the movements from the axe. Set up so many of those mid-game plays. As for the Dire, we saw indeed early leave as well from the puck. Was not happy with this game. It was a rough one for him. The STORMSTORMER mid-Invoker, it's a little too much for him to handle. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, as always, if you made it to the end of the video, end of this reel, and if you're enjoying the cast, thank you so much for tuning in, watching the videos here on YouTube. Hope you have a beautiful day. As always, get in the comments. Let me know what players you want me to try and look out for in terms of pubs, as we do try and, we do hop into games live. So let me know maybe even what time of day, you know that the good pubs are going on in your region. And of course, let me know who you want to see me cast with in the future. We'll maybe have some guests on these sort of shows. But there we go. This match is going to go the way of STORMSTORMER and his team, as Excalibur and the team end up falling apart quite hard in this one. I'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content.